It is. It's tough when you're doing it live. That's why it's good with me and Taryn there, because then Taryn shares it, right? So
Ready?
yeah.
And good evening once again, fans. You're listening to the Deathmatch Wrestling Podcast. They're more than welcome to come on too anytime they want to come on.
Oh man, those girls pop good like.
Alright. It's a budget thing. Let's see what he's up to.
Thank you, man, and thank you for giving me the time.
Tune in right now.
Good evening, everyone, and you're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast. My guest at this time, he is a pro wrestler, he's an owner, he's a podcaster himself. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Dez.
Hey, what's up?
Dez. I'm just going to say Dez the Eskimo. Yeah, what's going
on? Yes, sir. Dez the Eskimofo. Destro the Eskimofo here in the house. Thank you very much for having me, man.
Hey, anytime, This is what we got to do. It's like, get our friends and we got to get it, shit. We grow here as a business and bond with people and, help promote wrestling. So if you ever want your guys to come on, they can come on my show. I'd love to have them so we can help you get some publicity as well.
Oh, it's so rad, brother, for sure. I'll let the guys know that for sure. I do want to start off with the intro you gave me. I love the intro. I am a wrestler in training though, right? So it's when you say pro wrestler, it's like, hey, I'm inside of a year here. You know what I mean? We're trying to get this stuff going. Very green. That's what I make that very clear.
Okay.
By all standards, I am not trying to call myself on the same level. I've seen some of your shows. I've listened to some of them, and I'm nowhere on the level that these guys are at yet. So, but getting there.
Hey, you know what? Steps take steps. You take the steps.
Exactly.
So, you know what? But you let's just say more of the promotion. You're dealing with more of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The booking, the promoting, the running of the company, the actual getting the shows together. We've had one show so far, and it was rad. It was rad as hell, man.
Mm-hmm. Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. And for all these people don't know, we're talking about a Canadian promotion here, so.
Yeah, so Totally Arctic Wrestling. This is based in the Nunavik, Northwest Territories. We're the only wrestling promotion in the Arctic Circle of the world, in Canada at least. I know there are some promotions in Alaska, but this is in Canada here. Nothing like it. We're getting a lot of attention, a lot of love from a lot of people, man. It's fucking great.
That's good. You want eyes to catch, wrestling because, Canada, it's hard for a lot of the other promotions, you know what I mean? There's a lot of companies out there, and then big, small, you don't know, Yeah. Like, hey, locals could come and check out wrestling, and it's,
The biggest thing we have against us is how much it costs to get up here. It's $2,000 Canadian to get here from Edmonton, Alberta. That's the closest big city to us.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a reach, but a lot of people want to do it, and we're more than welcome to have everybody up. So hell yeah.
Get my ass over there. How's that?
Yeah, definitely, man. Come on up, dude.
I know. I like Canada. Been there when I was a kid.
Nice.
Montreal, Quebec.
Oh, sweet. Is that where you've been?
Yeah.
Nice, man. Nice, dude.
But, man. So, yeah, you guys, and also, you're going to be getting a special someone as a manager, or she's going to be working the show, I heard.
Are you talking about Taryn?
Yes, the one and only Taryn.
The one and only Taryn Lee. Yep, the queen of the DEC. Let me tell you that my life has gotten crazy since I met that one. Let me tell you, she's awesome, man. She's awesome.
She's a go-getter. She's a Instagram mama for
for that man, for that nasty man.
Yeah, that nasty man.
Yep. I'm looking forward to the show this weekend, man. July 4th, GCW. It's going to be great, man. Leroy's going to beat the shit out of that DILF boy. It's going to be so good.
Dude, I'll be there.
Yeah. Are you going to be there or are you watching it?
I'm going.
You're actually going to be there? That's crazy, man. Oh, so you guys are you're all close enough that you can actually travel to that then?
Yeah. LSG's going. I'm going to ride up with LSG.
What? Really? That's rad, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's cool. We're talking to LSG about coming on our show too, so hopefully that happens soon.
Yeah, get him on. He's good. He was a good guest to have on.
That's awesome. Yeah, I listened to the show there. That was cool, man.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, man, you're still hooked into a lot of cruises and shit with AEW. I noticed, you go to the max with it. You're pretty.
Yeah,
pretty
man.
Good.
The Jericho Cruise, right? Both Jericho Cruises. I've been on both of them, and I'm scheduled for number 3. Whenever that happens, hopefully it happens sooner than later, but who knows with all the stuff going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the cruises are fucking wild time, man. It's a party unlike no other, definitely.
No, and you got to show Leroy the way too.
Oh yeah. No, that's gonna be good, man. Like I said, Leroy's gonna have a great time there. That he's such an awesome dude, and that cruise loves good people, man. I swear, it's such a good time.
Yeah. I wish I was going, but it's all right. I gotta go back to work. I gotta get back to work and make some more money.
There's always number 4, man. There's always number 4.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think the last cruise I went to Bermuda, that was it. Yeah.
Oh, nice, man. Nice. Yeah, we made jokes that we were going to get lost in the Bermuda Triangle there, going down to the Bahamas, but we didn't go through, and it was just kind of like that big running joke was like, what if we did, right?
Mm-hmm. Actually, we were like 20 kilometers, about 30 kilometers or miles away from it. Actually, we were a little scuba diving expedition, and they brought us. They were talking about where the movie The Deep was filmed.
Oh yeah, cool.
Fucking that awesome movie there. I forgot who's the actor in that, but it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Nice, man.
You could rent bikes and all that shit and just have fun. It was crazy.
Sweet. Oh, shout out to Monsi. We got Monsi in the chat here, hey?
Hey, Monsi. Hello. Hello, Monsi, the one and only.
That was a pretty wild Zoom call we had there. That's a big crowd, hey? Holy smokes.
Oh, tonight we're probably going to have another.
Oh, really? You guys do it more than that's cool, man.
You could join us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, man. It's a fun time. It was good conversations yesterday.
Yeah.
Fun group of people, man.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's like Chicago. Everybody's elsewhere. It's really wild. Like everybody's all, 2 guys from Alaska. That's pretty badass, though.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. It's interesting for me to jump on a chat and not be the most northern. I think I still am geographically the most northern, but to have somebody that close is hilarious.
Yeah. But man, yeah, you got a long. I just saw you, Taryn. You're just posting more fucking interviews this week, man. You got a lot coming as well.
Oh man, yeah, dude. We've got that's the nature of the game, right? Nature of the beast is you got to keep the content flowing, and we're running a pretty fun party show. There's a lot of people we want to get on, so it's just a matter of time, right? And it was kind of like do we run one episode a week? But then it's like okay. We were thinking about pre-taping them, you know what I mean? But we love the live element of getting the chat in on it, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we said, you know what? Let's just push it. We'll do Tuesday. We'll do Thursday night this week, and maybe even Friday. We'll see. I think we have somebody lined up for Friday. But we have some fun times coming up, man.
Yeah, I got one tomorrow with El Ridicoloso.
Nice,
El Ridiculous.
man.
Yeah, so that'll be fun to talk with him.
Sweet, man. Sweet. So how long have you been doing this now?
I've been on 3 years now.
Holy smokes, dude. And it's just like, is it like, obviously it's from all over because you're pulling guests from all over the place.
Fuck yeah. UK as well,
Yeah.
Big Joe FX, big shout out to him.
Sweet, man. That's rad, dude. That's awesome, man. So what got you started in this?
What's that?
What got you started in doing pods?
Just a fan of wrestling, all promotions, caught my eyes, just all the promotions that we love and support and being a part of like a community, just to help out it and get, opinions from the wrestlers and get, questions and their whole life story. It's pretty cool sometimes. Like, you don't know who you'll have on your podcast. Hell, I had Drew, I had the Highlanders guy on, one of the Highlanders.
Oh, nice, man. Sweet.
So that was like badass. Like, just to talk with, somebody who's been around PCO. I've had PCO on. Fuck
yeah,
off.
man. There's so many different perspectives you get out of wrestlers, and you talk to them. But it's funny how wrestling is the one thing that everybody has in common, but everybody has something else that they bring to the table, right? Everybody has that other thing that they're into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I like to mix it up with. Yes, that's why I like to mix it up with, deathmatch wrestling. Come on, like that's perfect fucking like gimmick. I love it, and what I mean. But then all kinds of wrestling intertwined, like just it's a world,
yeah, man.
No,
it's rad as hell, man. No, myself, like I said, I'm into short films. I've been making short movies for almost 10 years now. Yeah, man. So I've got deslorine.com, my website. Check it out. All my movies are there. All my short films are pretty short. Last summer, I got to make a stoner film. I got to actually make a stoner comedy. Thought that was pretty fucking rad. And it was like a dream come true, man. It was something I wanted to work on for a long time, for sure.
There's a lot of guys in the podcast world, like a lot of friends of mine that are, movie guys on the side, which is really cool. It's really like, you don't know,
Well, I mean, like I think from myself being a filmmaker, I found it was really easy to do these pods, to do interviews like this in this format where you're not editing at all. You know what I mean? It takes all the stress away from editing, so it's just nice and relaxing to just shoot the shit like this.
Yeah, and then when the StreamYards came along, I studied it and learned it. I was like, holy shit, this is fucking easy to use.
Yeah.
You know? Fucking better than OBS and all that other shit, you know?
Well, that's it. I started using OBS. I loved OBS because it gave me so much control over the clips I could run in. It felt like a real TV show because I could use the titles and I can do all kinds of really cool shit with video and different channels and stuff like that and overlays and green screens. But the problem is I couldn't figure out how to get this. I couldn't get a live chat going on with people and have the text on. And I love that interaction. So that's why I started doing it like on this. And it was like, well, shit, I still have OBS. I still have all this other stuff that I've been using for it, but at the time right now, it's like StreamYard's the way to go.
It is. Like I said to you last night, you know, fuck, they just updated to 10 people. 10 guests. That's pretty fun.
They need to. Because right now, I mean, we could be on Zoom, right? We could go recording a Zoom, but we can't go live with the chat. And that's the difference, right? That's the difference. I haven't even looked at any other streaming services. I was actually turned on to StreamYard from Chris. It was actually Jericho that told me. This is what he was using for his Saturday night special.
He was messing around with it. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. Yeah, I remember that.
His first week, he went Facebook Live with Kevin Smith, and he had Kevin Smith on a laptop, and he was like, I don't know how to split screen it. And then the next week when he had a split screen, I'm like, yo, what are you doing? And he's like, it's StreamYard. I'm like, oh, fuck. Let's get StreamYard. And for $30 American a month, that's not a bad service, man.
Dude, I use it for $200. Yeah, I do the $200 plan, you know?
Oh, yeah? Nice. Yeah, I've got it by the month right now. I should just go all in because I'm using it for the Triple D AEW review I do with Dean Midgley. I've got the Taryn and Des show with Taryn. I've got the Destro show that I do on my own. So I've got more than enough reasons to keep it going, right?
Yeah. And plus I'm part of, if you see Podcast City Network, that's part of my team. Two guys out of Florida. They actually are awesome. One runs a sports podcast, you know, and we general knowledge, pop, everything, wrestling, you name it. We got it all, you know?
Yeah. Sweet, man. And you're in Jersey, right?
Yeah, I'm at the shore.
Man, that's rad as hell, man. I'd fucking love to be in Jersey. I got to New York for WrestleMania last year before the COVID stuff, and I really forgot to go to fucking to Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash, right? The comic book shop there. Such a big fan. I've ordered movies from there before. I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan, but I fucking totally spaced on going there myself while I was so close.
Right.
So next time, and then Camp Crystal Lake. I want to actually get in on the lottery. Dude,
I'm in that lottery. Yeah.
Are you? I've got a guy in this town who lives in this Arctic town of 3,000 people. Him and his sister have both been chosen in the lottery. His sister actually went, got all the pictures and shit. They did the midnight screening of the movie on the beach. She got to go in the canoe and everything. It was fucking crazy. Yeah. And he got his number called, but he had other stuff going on in his life and he couldn't do it. So I think he passed on it.
I think my friends did a marriage thing there.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. It's badass. Massachusetts.
Hell yeah, man.
I fucking love that movie. Fuck yeah. It's like a classic.
Honestly, and I feel so dumb because like I'm 37 and I've just watched them within the last year. I have them all here on DVD. Somehow, like I've watched bits and pieces growing up, you know what I mean? And it's on, but I've never really fully sat through one. And I didn't know the whole story, right? So it was very late in life that I'm like, wait a second. Jason wasn't the original killer? Hang on a second. He didn't get his mask until the third one? Hang on a second. You know, and there's all this kind of shit like that, right?
Yeah, I remember going to. I actually went to the HorrorCon one year. I went to one of those like Chiller Fest, they call it.
Oh, and nice!
I met Kane Hodder actually. It was pretty awesome.
Holy fuck, man, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, met him. I met. Holy shit! There's so many people. Like fucking. I met Roddy Piper was there. They were doing They Live, and I was so pissed off. The line was packed. I had a great talk with Tony Condello, wrestling promoter Tony Condello here in Canada, and he's actually the guy that gave Roddy Piper his whole gimmick, right? Like, that's nuts, dude. Oh, shit. Yeah, man. He said Roddy Piper was wrestling a show for him in Regina and Winnipeg there, and they were backstage, and he didn't know what his gimmick or his name was really going to be. Like, he was training to be a wrestler. He was ready to start wrestling. I think he said it was 1979 or something, he said. And then he said, well, what are you into? He says, well, I've got my bagpipes in the car. I can play my bagpipes. And he says, well, dude, this is writing itself. How have you not thought of this yet? You know? Right. Yeah. So there you go. What another cool thing of a friend of ours on our podcast team, we actually have a guy who's the WWE, he does all the original music with Jimmy Hart. Oh, Jim Johnson? No. JJ McGuire. Oh, wow. Fuck
Holy
yeah.
smokes, man! Wow,
So he's the one that did the Jimmy Snuka to Demolition to
cool, man, cool. Those are
the
some
Baywatch
fucking
theme.
jams,
The
man.
Baywatch theme.
Oh, really?
Was an extra on the show. They wouldn't get rid of him. Yeah.
That's rad, dude.
Hell yeah. You ever want to have him on, let me know. I'll hook you up with him.
That's cool, bro. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. So where do you want to go with it? Like, what is this? Do you want to do this full time? Do you want to host full time? Or is this like, are you comfortable with being a side
It's a
thing, or-
hobby. It's a hobby, you know? It's like a hobby. When we have time when there's no shows, no wrestling, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Just
Yeah, man.
plug away and get everything out there, you know? Just enjoy it. I mean, you know, small shows start big and you just have fun. It's all about fun, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And the stories you go way back into like childhood stories of yourself too. It's like, holy shit. Like, you don't know my story, do you? Like, I tell people millions of times on my podcast, you know, like how I got into wrestling, you know, and shit. It's like like a history, you know. Fucking, I was at WrestleMania 5, you know, as a kid. Like,
Cool, man.
You know how I always show off my ticket stub with WrestleMania.
Ah, no way, dude. That's rad as hell, man.
I had Marty Jannetty sign it at a fucking show, even though he lost. Local show.
That's so dope, man. That's WrestleMania 5 ticket right there. Right?
Actually, I was up in the bleachers. Me and my old man, 5 rows away. Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse doing the commentary.
Holy shit, eh?
I had my Mega Powers poster. You know, I was all amped up. I was like, shit, but I can't see it. You can't see it really. I have to look really, like, glance at the, you know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's rad as hell, though, man. You got those memories, and that's gonna be there forever, dude. That's fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, it's like fucking like WWF Heat, like when WWF had that restaurant, you know.
Yeah.
I was there for that shit, you know. Like, I got to go to the show. I wasn't expecting to be on TV and fucking hanging with Taz and Michael Cole, you know, like being right in front while they're doing a Stone Cold Steve Austin Booker T match, and in the supermarket shit was going on that night,
Wow.
you know.
Holy fuck, that's cool, man.
So we were like, dude, Ric Flair fucking talk bullshit. I think Chuck Colombo was in the ring too. It was fucking wild. Yeah.
That's cool, man. That's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome to have those memories. When I went to the last WrestleMania in New York, me and my buddies all had tickets. Well, I didn't have a ticket, right? That was the thing, is they got tickets, like floor tickets, and they were trying to find a third, but it's like, fuck off. You're not going to find 3, right? You're going to find 2 or you're going to find 4. We ended up finding a single for myself, like way off to the side. So I ended up watching WrestleMania for $800 Canadian or some shit like this, sitting with strangers.
Yeah.
And the ring was kind of too far away to really see the action. So I'm watching it on a screen up here, and I'm watching it on the screen above the ring. And I'm like, I was looking at that earlier that day, and I knew I didn't have a WrestleMania ticket, and I knew I was going to be sitting by myself. Mm-hmm. And I looked, and there was a bunch of bars that were watching WrestleMania, and like, you know, Val Venus was there, one of them, and you know, like these guys were just chilling out. And it's like, fuck, I should actually just go to one of those and just get to hang out with wrestlers and fucking have a good time and laugh with dudes, rather than sort of just sit in a big, which became a very cold, windy arena. You know what I mean? That wasn't the warmest. Like,
No.
I went to New Orleans the year before, and that was warm as hell. Like, I'm a big dude. I can't do heat very well. It's plus 26 here today, and I'm still like, I'm sweating. It's hot. So.
Wow. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. Like, you know, being seen, like, I'll tell you what. How many shows? I got lucky enough, like, as a kid. Also, like, growing up, wrestling came around. Fucking, we had NWF wrestling. NWF.
Holy, hey, what's that?
So, National Wrestling Federation.
Okay.
Bruiser Brody.
Oh, wow. Wow.
So I got to see like a young Bruiser Brody. Yeah, in his fucking prime.
Jeez, man. Holy shit.
Fuck yeah. Abdullah the Butcher, but I missed seeing him. It was a school night.
Cool.
But I got to see Chief J Strongbow, Julius. Yeah, Julius Strongbow, I think his name is.
Wow, man. That's rad as hell, dude. Like,
Fucking
I didn't.
Fantastics to David Schultz. Like,
Yeah.
fucking David Schultz. There you go. Like,
Wow, man. Those are some names. Like, that's some history right there, dude, you know? That's what I really like about that show, Dark Side of the Ring, you know?
Yes.
I learned so much from that, because I, like I said, I started watching wrestling, WrestleMania 8. Tito Santana, Shawn Michaels was the first match I ever saw. I loved it. I've been a Shawn Michaels fan ever since. But I never went back in time. I never went back through the ages and learned all that. So thank goodness for Dark Side of the Ring, you know? Shout out to Josh and to Evan for that one.
Yeah.
Super rad dudes. I got to meet them in Chicago, man. We had a fucking blast, dude. Holy shit. Yeah, we had a blast there, man. That was fun as hell.
Awesome. It sounds like yeah. There's so many things, man. Growing up, like man, like mid '90s, like '80s, fucking '90s came around. Fucking, I became, fucking wrestling was like the hit top of my next town over, man. Shit, like we had like independent wrestling that was was owned by actually there was a promotion. Actually, the wrestler Iron Mike Sharp.
Okay, I've heard the name yet.
Ran a school in my town.
Holy fuck, man!
And
so you were really exposed to it from a young age, then.
Yeah, for $5 you could go on a Saturday and watch fucking X-Pac wrestle as the 1-2-3 Kid.
Jeez, man, that's
Fucking-
super cool shit, man. Because like up here, you don't get any of it. We had one wrestling match come to our town in the history of our whole town, and but we had King Kong Bundy was here, Brutus Beefcake was here, Hacksaw Jim Duggan came up here, so we had some big names. It was pretty awesome. And even Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, has ties to the Northwest Territories up here. So he used to live in Yellowknife. That's pretty rad, man.
So, but yeah, just to see these guys at a young age, like X-Pac, and holy shit, like these guys are just starting a career. Who else? WCW star Malice the Wall, aka the Wall from WCW.
Okay.
You had shit.
And that's like you've been in New Jersey area your whole life, then, or have you been anywhere else in the state?
I was born in North Dakota.
Oh, cool. Help me out here for a Canadian with no geographical sense at all. I'm fucking dumb. So are you very close to Chicago? Where are you so New Jersey to Chicago, or is it farther east than Chicago?
I'm more Chicago, New York, and Jersey.
Yep. Okay.
I'm on the shore. I'm actually where the beachfronts are. Where you hear about Jersey Shore, that stupid show in Seaside.
Oh yeah. All those greasy party animals there. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you down with that whole scene yourself too?
I'm like right in the middle of town. I'm in the middle of town. Like it's like I'm right like 5 minutes from the beachfront. So it's like yeah.
Have you done your gym tan laundry routine yet today, or no GTL?
Okay, I'm a redneck tan.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, yep. Carpenter stand. That's why I started cutting the sleeves off my shirts just so I could actually get some actual decent like darkness.
I'm not a beach person though. Like
No?
I got a pool. Why would I want to fucking
Above ground, or is it below ground pool?
below?
Fucking cool, man. Good call. I don't know. Apparently, there's a lot of hate for people who have above ground pools. It's like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
That's not a real pool.
But I was saying about they would have that promotion, and Nova, ECW wrestler Nova, would wrestle there, and then his brother ran a promotion. It was called Phoenix Championship Wrestling in the mid '90s, man, and it launched all the guys that you would think of off the top of your head, from Samoa Joe to Kazarian,
Really?
and Christopher Daniels to AJ to Sunjay, a young Sunjay,
Wow, man, that's holy shit. Maybe that's almost like everybody to NWA right there, right? Everybody from there went to TNA pretty much.
Pretty much, and yeah. Then like
That's
growing
cool.
up, then I got hooked on like local shitty wrestling and other promotions that really didn't make a name for itself. Actually, that's where I met Joey. I met Joey at the first NWS show.
I saw that. I read that. I saw that you were talking to LSG about that. That's
how
cool.
he was a young kid, 16, just I'd go to watch him wrestle.
That's awesome, man. So
He's
GCW, what are those shows like? I've never seen one before.
Fucking nuts.
Really?
Fucking insane. It's like that ICW, no holds barred.
Yeah.
Fucking shit's crazy. But actually, Game Changer really, you think about, look at what the stars that they provide. Like it's a different style of wrestling with deathmatch too, wrestling as well,
Yeah.
and then they get chances to go places.
That's rad as hell, man.
I mean, who was the first one that got picked out of there? What, Marco Stunt, and then Joey Janela. Think about it.
Yeah.
Jungle
Cool,
Boy,
man.
Jungle Boy
Are all those guys from there?
from Game Changer.
Yeah.
They started there.
Really?
They got their kick in the door. Yeah.
Jeez, that's awesome.
Because Jungle Boy, I don't know, because they picked him up because his dad. I guess his dad. They didn't know. Nobody knew about him. That L.A. show or something. Remember that L.A. They did Game Changer did an L.A. show with was it David Arquette or something?
I never saw it.
Oh fuck! You will have to see it.
Huh.
That was the one with Nick Gage. That was the one with Nick Gage and David Arquette angle.
No, I didn't see that one, man.
Where he
I'm
got
honestly,
over.
I just got turned on to GCW here. I'm very late to the party.
Oh well, check it out. Yeah, Busted with Light Tube. Yeah, it's something.
That's awesome. How do you feel about David Arquette? Are you like, I haven't seen him wrestle. I haven't seen him wrestle in the new, since he's taken it seriously, since he's come back. I haven't seen him.
No, I really haven't seen anything.
Cool. I'm happy for the guy because, I mean, hey, fuck, I love wrestling too, man.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Game Changer has it all, you know, and IWTV helps out, you know, which is really, that independent network is awesome for launching, you know, for wrestling. Catch a lot of different promotions, you know what I mean?
Shit, that's awesome, man.
But yeah, this Saturday I'm stoked. The card is getting lined up. Lineup is going bigger than ever now. I'm like,
yeah. Who else is on the card?
Christopher Dickinson as a young Christopher Dickinson at Dirty Daddy, like Facade. There's like names that you would know as a kid, you know, like on the indie scene. It's amazing.
That's rad as hell, man. I can't wait to see it. I'm looking forward to it. They got a big spotlight anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big spotlight. Have you seen that Dilf Boy kid wrestle before?
He's a ring rat. He's a ring kid. He lifts up the ring. He picks up.
And he wrestles though. He's been wrestling for a while.
Yeah, he's a shithead. Yeah,
he's a shithead. Okay, well, he looks like it. It looks very easy for him to pull off. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Well, that's cool, man. I'm looking forward to it.
He's gonna get a taste of the cold, nasty reality. You know.
Yeah, he is. He's gonna get that NyQuil hands, man. He's gonna wake up looking up at the ceiling there, and he's gonna wonder what happened to him, man. And Leroy's gonna beat the shit out of him. Mm-hmm. There's no other way to put it.
No, and Joey will be there. Everybody's gonna be there to support him. So hopefully, you know, I think Cheese is gonna make the trip too, which is awesome.
That's super rad, man. Cheeseburger's awesome.
I got to get him soon. I got to get him on for a podcast. He's definitely a character. You know, he gets on our
dude. No, super rad, dude, man. That was a fun show we did with him. That was probably our best one we did yet. We're only 14 episodes in. It's been so fun. We started during COVID, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
I started doing a couple of lives on Saturday night, and then we joined in with the group, and it was like, yo, we've been talking about making the show for so long. Why don't we just make it now? Let's just get people on and talk and party and shit. That's what we're doing already. So here we are.
And that's, you know, I took a 30-day furlough, you know, so I'm going to be back to work soon, you know. I was like, all right, you know what? Hey, I'm a garbage man, you know, let the guys need it, you know. Yeah. So I get a little bit vacation. So what? June 8th, I'll go back to July 20th, you know.
Take the summer off, the summer of 2020, man.
It is. And then I'll still have time to go back to vacation if I want to pick it, you know, after. You know?
Yeah. Cool, man.
Mm-hmm. But what else, man? There's just so much, man. Yeah. So all the wrestlers, like, you know, Game Changer is a place to be, like, for, like, the cool wrestling, you know? But also I follow a local promotion called, there's a guy called Matt Tremont from H2O.
Okay.
Hardcore Hustle organization, you know? They're pretty local and bring new guys in.
Nice.
Deathmatch guys, and they have their own thing. It's pretty awesome.
That's cool, man. That's hell yeah. What about yourself? Any interest to get involved in there, announcing, commentating, anything like that?
Fucking, I'm a fan. The guys want to get fucking cut open or fucking. No. I just like enjoying being around people. You know.
Yeah,
just
that's fun, man.
Be with everybody. Rad. You know, be yourself. Have fun. And I do these live podcasts sometimes. I'll do a sponsorship for local shows. You know. Yeah. Which is good.
Hell yeah, man.
But now I'd be able to use that fucking live shit on our fucking mobile. I got to test that out.
Yeah, same. I don't know if I'll use it full time. Maybe I'll just use it if I'm on the run or if I'm traveling or something like that. But I've always got my MacBook with me, so I'll always have a computer, right?
Yeah. So I'm curious how that works out. I'm going to check. But anyway, man, what else you got for me? You got anything to ask me anything? Or what else do I got for you? Shit. So you guys, man, you got your first. So you had that. This is going to be your second show, correct? You were saying? Tell me.
Yeah, so we've had our first show in November. It was awesome. It's on YouTube, Totally Arctic Wrestling. We shot it in a log cabin. We actually filled up that log cabin room there. It's a friendship center.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so we filled it. The capacity of the room was at 250, but our ring is at 20 by 20. So it's funny because when we started TAW last June, we actually just celebrated our 1-year anniversary of TAW. We knew we wanted to run a wrestling show up here and bring wrestlers up and put on shows and cards for people and learn how to wrestle ourselves, right? Sort of do it kind of like, like amateur, kind of like a Young Lions program. But what ended up happening was we couldn't find a wrestling ring. So I bought an MMA ring, like a boxing ring, off of my brother-in-law.
Oh wow!
And yeah, so it's a 20 by 20 MMA boxing ring. It had 5 ropes on it, and I bought the thing. We brought it up north, and then you realize that a ring like that, when you get slammed on it, you're not supposed to get back up again, right? It's not supposed to be, all right, let's go for another one here. What's the next sequence?
Yeah.
You know, it's supposed to be, oof, I'm down. Bop, bop. Okay, I'm down, right? I'm
Right.
done. Or you're not even getting slammed on it because it's like kickboxing, right? It was like more of a kickboxing ring, a boxing ring,
Yeah.
than it was to take slams on. So it's got it's like 2,500 pounds of steel. It's got a really solid frame on it. So when our trainers actually came up in October of last year, we put the ring together for the first time, and we looked at it and we said, holy shit, there's a level of plywood and then the planks and then one thin mat.
Yeah.
So luckily enough, our high school here, they got rid of their old gym mats and they let us use them.
Oh, that's a plus. Yeah.
Yeah, the old wrestling mats. So we have like the old, thick foam.
Yeah.
And so we actually put that on under our mat. The ring looks great. It's a black and red theme to it. One of our local welders, Beller Welding, one of my buddies I grew up with here. It's a small town, right? 3,000 people.
Yeah.
He actually did the welding for us. So he popped out 2 of the rings, to the rope, sorry. So we have a 3-rope ring now. So it's like an actual pro wrestling ring, or it looks like one.
Yeah.
And like, in a pro wrestling ring, the middle of the ring is the softest part. It's like got the most spring to it. Ours is kind of different because the middle is the hardest part. So what we did was we cut out a couple of cross beams. We took out some of the cross beams so there's a little more flex in the planks. And so now we have 4 soft spots in our ring that we can use for slams and things like this.
Oh wow. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool. It's amazing. Like, you never know. The insides of a ring are really amazing. Like, people really don't know the insides of a ring. You know what I mean?
You learn a lot about it, man. Like they're all built differently, right? They're all
They
built
are.
differently.
It's like the ones in Japan. Those thick, hard. That's a.
Yeah.
It's like you see those. Like, holy shit! You're like, you get a thump on that. It's like, fuck.
And that's what we're learning too. Is like we're taking bumps on a harder mat. Like I'm still scared shitless of bumps, right? Like when it comes to bump day and stuff, I'm like, oh Jesus, right? Like fuck, because our ring it's hard. And even our trainers are saying, like it could be so hard, it might just like fucking turn you off of wrestling. It happens to people.
Right.
My trainer has seen guys, and I'm sure you've heard about this too. You've seen guys too, that they'll be like, I want to wrestle. I'm going to learn how to train. I'm training how to wrestle. And they'll fucking make a character, and they'll buy gear, and they'll put all this money into it, and they'll make social media accounts, and then they get into it, and they realize, I don't want to do this anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're talking to Cheeseburger, and he said he's got people that that come in for the classes, and they're like, I'm good, man. Thank you. And it's just like, dude, what about your money? Like, do it for the rest of the camp here.
Do it for I mean, hell, you're getting a lesson on the right way of doing it, and if you're not, like Cheeseburger, he's a pro, so he knows how to train the guys, and
Yeah, exactly, man, exactly.
I mean, a lot of these shady guys, we see it. They go into the ring and they can't take a bump,
Yeah, and you got to learn these things, right? Exactly, you have to learn these things, and that's why we're at the level. We're kind of like at a place where we're learning how to do it in front of the community, kind of thing, right? So it's kind of like we're learning with them, and they're really cool about it. But we have these other we're actually bringing in pro wrestlers that are seasoned, trained, been in it for years, decades. Some of them, you know what I mean? And they're putting on these massive. We want them to put on big matches, and then we were scheduled to have our next event coming up in April. Everything was like, I've got posters. Right up there, those 2, right there. So that's Retribution and Clash at the Coast are supposed to be our 2 events we had in April, with a full fucking roster from British Columbia and Alberta.
Oh wow!
And then COVID hit us, so we couldn't bring anybody up here.
I know. And then
right? And now it's to the point where we can't even wrestle. So like we're in the ring, we're doing rolls, we're doing tumbles. We got a crash pad, so the guys are trying some dives and shit, but I'm like, fuck this. I'm using the crash pad for bumps.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So we're just doing what we can, doing what we can.
Yeah. And, you're launching it soon, right? Pretty soon, because I saw you painting a picture, painting on a car or something, the logo.
Oh, yeah. So what ended up happening was the RCMP, the local police here in Canada, they've got this thing in the community where they said, come on out and paint our car, kids, right? Come on, community, paint the car. And I'm like, wow. well, fuck it. Our kayfabe owner of TAW here, the guy who runs the show, he also runs the youth center in town, and he said, you know what, you guys come on down and just be seen in the community. And we're like, hell yeah, man.
That's the way to do it. Catch the people's eye by look at, hey, I painted a car, I painted my logo.
It's a cop car. It's one of the it's one of the 5 cop cars in our town. You know what I mean? So it's like it went around all day like that. So people got to see it. But the one thing that we've done is we've created what was really important to us was that we wanted to do something for the community and for the kids. In the north here, I don't want to get super serious and super dark or whatever, heavy. But in the Arctic of Canada, there's a real suicide problem. A lot of kids, like we're talking 11, 12, 13, 14, like and onward at that young, they're killing themselves, man, because they've got issues, right? There's a lot happening in their lives that they can't deal with, and they need help, right? They need something to look forward to, man. They need something to look up to. I've lost many people that I love, that I know, to suicide,
Yeah, me too.
And it sucks, man. It fucking sucks. It's everywhere. But what you want to do is, especially in these remote places, like when you talk about traveling to shows and seeing shows, bro, I have to drive for 17 hours to get to the next city of 20,000 people, and they're not putting on shows there. I have to drive for almost 3 days to get to a city of 2 million people where they do house shows for WWE. They did one pay-per-view there. Then that was when Benoit was alive. You know what I mean? And that was it. That was Backlash in 05, or was it, or 04 or something?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was a while ago, right? So it's like it's so hard for kids up here. So that's what we wanted to do, was we wanted to make something for the kids. So what we did was we made TAW totally accessible. One second. We made it totally accessible to everybody, and what ended up happening was we got 150 people come out to our event, and man, some little kid in town made this for me, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, that's crazy. That's a supportive. As like we were kids, we would put a sign up.
Yeah,
like,
man, you would, and that's what would happen in a wrestling town, and that's what we're fucking building. Is we're building a wrestling town from nothing. There was nothing here. We fucking paid $5,000 Canadian, which is like.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
$3,000 American or whatever, right? To fucking bring in a ring. And it was like, holy shit, man, that took a lot. The company shipped it up here for free. They're one of our biggest sponsors. We're actually set up in their warehouse right now. It's like, remember the old video games? Playing a wrestling video game, and you start off at level 1.
Yep.
And you go into the old shitty garage.
Yeah.
There's bird shit on the ring, and you got to clean it off before you wrestle.
Yeah.
That's us. That's us right now. We're literally in a warehouse with steel. It's uninsulated warehouse. Thank God, though. I'm so grateful for the space, man. But it feels like the first level of a wrestling game, and we fucking love it, dude. We're just there. We're training our asses off. We're hoping to make something of it, and we're showing people along the way. All of our episodes. We did 5 episodes for our first show. They're on YouTube, and it just sort of outlines a story of, hey, we want to start a wrestling company. How do we do this? How do we get trained? Okay, let's put on a show. And then we got our asses kicked. It was hilarious, man.
Mm-hmm. But it's great. You know what? You're showing your community that you want to help out, and as a fan of wrestling, that's like what we do. We have to help each other out. Help in a situation when somebody's down. We do the benefit shows and this and that. We always help whoever needs help. You know what I mean?
Well, you got to give everybody. You have to give people a reason. Like, man, well, I've had. In our town like this, like I chose November because November is the dead time of the year. There's no events happening in November. We, like I said, the capacity of that room is 250, but you put that big ring in it, we could only fit 150 people in there. We sold out to capacity. We had to turn 30 people away at the door, right? Like that's how big and loud. Like check it out on YouTube, Total Doctor Wrestling. We've got this spot here. I want to see if I can actually, because I think I've got a clip, just a short clip of the actual finish of the show here that I want to put up here, and I can share my screen so we can do that, because it was a really crazy time, bro. Like we actually went all out for this thing here, and it was just fun, man. Like this is what we did. It's what we wanted to do, and we went all out for it. But and every kid that left the show that night had the time of their lives, man. Like they were going bonkers for it.
Yeah, to get that $5 picture with the wrestler is great. Come on, they love it. 8x10. You put a smile on their face. You put a smile on a family's face, or a special a special handicapped or, disabled. That's the,
Yeah, it's about making those moments, man, making those memories. Okay, cool.
Be able to share it.
Yep. Yeah, right here. Boom. Can you see that?
No, I'll just see our screen.
Okay, it's not showing up as possible.
Oh, here it is. Yes, I got to add it.
Okay, there we go. So this is one of the pros there in the red shorts.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of our home guys right there in the blue. His name is actually Blue.
Yeah.
And so this is the end of our tag team match here at the end of the show. So you look at this log cabin we had, and look at these, like the people here, man. Look at this. This is a ravenous.
They're pumped having fun.
Bro, man.
Yeah.
Everybody's having the fucking wildest time of their lives here. And this is the first time this has ever happened in our community. You know what I mean? We've never had this sort of thing happen here. And this is a place where, like, you know, like it's cold so long of the year.
Right.
That people just, like, they came in. It was minus 30 degrees Celsius. I forget the Fahrenheit on that. But there's the finish. We had this big reaction. Everybody went wild. Like, we just had a ball, man. Everybody had a great time.
That's
man. We had such a great time, man.
It's sharp.
Yeah, bro. It was so fun, man. It was so fun. You know, it was so fun. People are still talking about it today. We just got our T-shirts in. We're just selling like crazy. Everybody's having a good time. And they're waiting for our next show. You know, they're just waiting for the next show we're putting on. And, like, it's great, man. We had a couple of guys in. We actually have an amateur wrestling program here in town that actually got to nationals in Canada, like a national Olympic wrestling team. Like, it's pretty crazy. So the coach, he's a good friend of mine. He sits on the town council with me. He actually came in and wrestled on our show for us against another little guy. It was hilarious, man. So much fun. So much fun.
Sweet.
Yeah, dude.
Sweet. What time is it? Wow, we could go on forever. What time is it? I don't keep it too long though, you know?
Yeah.
I keep it about 30 to 40 an hour.
Yeah. I mean, hey, man, I know exactly the nature of the beast, bro. Honestly, thank you so much for having me on, dude. It's been a fucking hell of a time.
Well, you know what? Let's close it out right here.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Yes, plug all you want. And
All right. So, hey, check it out here. Destro the Eskimofo. Check me out on Instagram. Totally Arctic Wrestling. Destro the Eskimofo on Instagram. Check us out, DesLoreen.com. Totally Arctic Wrestling on Facebook. The Des and Taryn Show on Facebook. That's the meat and potatoes of it all, baby. That's where we're going. Check out the Taryn and Des Show. We're going crazy every single week. We have awesome guests. We've got the Destro Show happening. Triple D Wrestling Entertainment. There's just so much. There's fucking tons of shit going on. But check it out, DesLoreen.com. All the links are there.
all right. Thank you for coming on, Des, and I'll see you soon.
Yes, man. Take care.
Good night.
Good night.
Fans, that was awesome to hear from my guest. That was awesome to hear from my guest, Des, from Total Arctic Wrestling. And another podcast, the Taryn and Des Show, also as well, co-host of that. And, man, what a night it was. You fans have to realize that it's hard to put for wrestling, and here's a promotion that wants to build. And you know what? They're going to get places, which is awesome. And, keep your eye out because you never know who will show up at one of those shows. It's in Canada. Yeah, take a trip, fans. If you're there, maybe they can do some magic for you. Wrestle, have fun. Like he said, it's a community. Have fun. Support each other. And get out to a show. Fans, stay tuned. Tomorrow night on the Deathmatch Wrestle, I will have indie pro wrestler El Ridiculoso will be on my podcast. Fans, have a great night and tune in next time to the Deathmatch Wrestle podcast. You can find more Deathmatch Wrestle podcasts on the following social media. DeathmatchWrestle.com. Follow on Twitter at DavidNJ32 and on Facebook. Facebook.com/DJDaveNJ32. Instagram at DavidNJ36. Hey, wrestling fans. I want to mention Collar and Elbow. Collar and Elbow was founded on traditional values of professional wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product intended to connect with people on an emotional level. A symbiotic relationship where one cannot flourish without the other. We strive to create a product that embodies our passion for professional wrestling expressed through street fashion. Visit collarandelbowbrand.com and use the promo code Deathmatch Russell Podcast and save 10% off when you make a purchase. Collar and Elbow,
where wrestling passion meets street fashion.
Me on Podcast City Network at podcastcity.net, facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit the like button and share. And on Twitter at Podcast City Net. You can hear Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes.